Radio Wales, I'm Kiri Pritchard McLean in the studio in Bangor with, I'll say it, a fantastic show. Here till 3 o'clock, and I'll be chatting to two brilliant comedians, Finn Taylor, absolutely hilarious, and the phenomenal Celia AB. I want to hear from you guys about your acts of self-care, and we've got tracks in the Welsh A-list. Wales there with Dreams. You're listening to BBC Radio Wales. I'm Kiri Pritchard McLean here in beautiful North Wales. Oh my gosh, the sun is shining. Anglesey looks amazing this morning. I'm so excited for spring. I feel like everything is turning a corner and I'm feeling much better about the world. Maybe it's because I've paid my tax bill, but I've got the same sort of excited feeling like spring is here. And I've got two brilliant guests on the show today, two fantastic stand-up comedians. Finn Taylor will be chatting to me in a little while. Now, Finn is on tour with a show called Daddy Self-Care, and it got me thinking about acts of self-care. It's something that's talked about all the time on Instagram, absolutely aimed at white women like myself, to be like acts of self-care. And I was thinking, what are my acts of self-care? And there's some like practical ones. My go-to is a bubble bath with a bath bomb, a face mask, and then I balance my laptop on the closed toilet, on top of some toilet rolls, and that's where I put my laptop, and that's where I watch Sewing Bee. It's the most wholesome thing in the world. Although I do know the two people who hosted it, Sarah Pascoe and Joe Lycett, and I've messaged them both and go, just so you know, you're my go-to thing to watch in the bath, which I think has probably stepped over some boundaries over the years. But that is it. I feel so relaxed. I think it's the nicest programme to sit there and just relax to. Oh, absolutely perfect. So I would love to hear from you guys. What are your go-to acts of self-care? I've got a million things I've tried to do with social media and emails. I'll rattle through those during the show. But I want to hear from you guys. What is your go-to thing when you need a bit of me time, when you need to look after yourself? What do you do? What do you indulge in? What do you put in place to protect that time and protect your brain space? Give us a call on 03700 100 110. You can text us on 81012. Pop your name at the end and where you're texting from, and you can tweet us at BBC Radio. Radio Wales, I'm Kiri Pritchard McLean up here in gorgeous sunny Bangor. I've got such a good show for you today. Two fantastic comedians coming on. The wonderful Finn Taylor. You will have seen on things like Live at the Apollo and The MASH Report. He's so phenomenal. He's on tour at the moment. We're going to be having a catch up, a little chin wag. Now his tour is called Daddy Self-Care, which got me thinking about acts of self-care. Obviously that's been co-opted to mean basically what I do is have a bath with a bath bomb and a face mask, but you can do all sorts of things to do with self-care. Here's one of my things that I do. This is so awful. So I've deleted the Twitter app and the Facebook app off my phone. That was the first step. But also I get genuine sort of relaxing pleasure from blocking incredibly right-wing people on Twitter who don't even know I exist. I would just see something that they have written I don't like and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to know anything more about you. Bye-bye. That's one of my little acts of self-care, is making my world and my echo chamber even smaller. Delightful. Honestly, it really cheers me up. You guys have been sending in yours as well, and there's some absolute belters here. I really love this one from JP Gallagher on Twitter, who says, watching James Acaster on Netflix is a go-to when I'm at my lowest, even though I know it all word for word by now. It's still incredibly good for my mental health. Do you know what? I was talking about this with a friend the other day, that sometimes when you're feeling sort of like overwhelmed or a bit low, or you just need something like a balm, watching something that you have watched a million times and know all the words to is so reassuring that actually that's sort of the most relaxing thing you can do, because you're looking for distraction but not too much. So there's a lot of people that do that as well, JP Gallagher. There you go. If you've got any acts of self-care, I would love to hear from you. You can give us a call on 03700 100 110. You can text us on 8 10 12. Pop your name at the end and where you're texting from, and you can tweet us at BBC Radio Wales. I'll be chatting to the wonderful Finn Taylor in just a second. We've got a little bit of music before that, and this.
Soon as you walked in the room, fresh cut lineup looking smooth. It's that baccarat smell from you. Ooh, I can see myself on you. You got me questioning my old dude. It might be time for something brand new. I don't wanna look like no fool, but I can't keep my cool, 'cause I don't want no one night stand. But I gotta take this chance. I usually don't do this, but this one shot I can't miss. Boy, I hope I ain't too forward. Might be too much for you, but tonight I'm coming over to be yours. There's a space on over for me tonight. Let me know if you got room on over for me. Scooch on over to be in your life. I'm on my way tonight, so scoot on over. usually don't do this, but this one shot I can't miss. Boy, I hope I ain't too forward. Might be too much for you, but tonight I'm coming over to be yours. There's a space for me tonight. Let me know if you got room for me to be in your life. I'm on my way tonight, so scooch on over. Better make room for me, baby. Scooch on over. So you better have my pillow ready. And I know we just met, but you won't regret it if you let me rest. Scoot on that face. Scoot on over for me tonight. So you better have my pillow ready. Scooch on over.
By a fantastic stand-up comedian that you will have seen on things like Live at the Apollo and 8 out of 10 Cats. It's the wonderful Finn Taylor. How are you doing, Finn?
Hello. Hi, Kiri. How are you?
Yeah, really good. It's so nice to chat to you. I've got so much to, we haven't spoken in and seen each other probably.
It's been ages,
It's
yeah.
pre-Pando. It's pre-Pando.
You made it. You made it through.
Just about, yeah.
You're alive. I didn't know that.
I've been reconstituted from other sort of bits of people, like a chicken nugget. That's how I'm surviving these days.
Gross.
Do you know what? One of the things I will always sort of share with you is that we went on, because we've got the same agents, we went on a, I would say, ill-advised sort of double mini tour together where...
I remember that, yeah. Where in each half, one part of the audience was really annoyed.
Yes, yeah.
The only thing we had in common was the agents, wasn't it?
That's exactly it. That pretty much. Or I think comedy nerds and fans would find there's lots of crossover, but I think puritanical people who just come to us because I'm a Finn Taylor fan or I'm a Kiri Pritchard McLean fan, they didn't find a lot of joy to find in the other person's show. That was
it's not so much a Venn diagram of two circles, is it?
But it was really.
But it was fun. I enjoyed hanging. We had a lovely curry in Glasgow.
Yes,
I remember that.
We did. Yeah, I'm going to Glasgow after this. Actually, I might partake in that curry again because it was lovely. I wanted to speak to you because I was just looking through. Like, how many hour-long shows have you done now? Is it 7 or 8? You've done a lot.
Oh, I don't know. Yes, it's something like that. I think maybe this is 7.
I think
current one.
Yeah,
self-care.
You're. I mean, that's prolific, right? You're in prolific territory, considering how long you've been doing comedy.
Is it? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sort of all I do. So it's lazy not to come up with something to say, isn't it? You must have done a similar amount of shows, though, haven't you?
I think I'm on 6 because I waited a long time to see my lazy.
Absolutely lazy.
But then I say that when people say that I do lots of stuff, I'm like, but no, this is all because I don't act or do anything like that. This is writing jokes is all I really have to offer. But I'm interested in you in particular because there's two things I wanted to get stuck into with you. Number one is how you sort of, because you are a live comic, you're a touring comic, you've sort of come up through the circuit. How you pivoted in the pandemic and went online, and was that something that you had sort of always planned to do? Because you started to, Finn versus the internet, I imagine, was sort of underway during that. Was that always the plan for you to have more of a presence online, or was it a necessity from the pandemic?
It was. Well, I didn't actually start it until after the pandemic. I really should have used the pandemic to do that, but I just kind of shut down.
Okay.
And just kind of. I made jam with my father-in-law for about a year.
Okay, yeah.
I sort of had an early retirement while my wife worked, and I just potted around making pickled walnuts. It was pretty. It's pretty awful, actually. I was coming out of it and realising that basically, I think me and you have done a sort of similar amount of sort of television, but I kind of I don't know. I don't think people watch TV in the same way, and I think that people are now fanatic about the stuff that they find themselves, that people do, their own projects that people make.
Yes.
And I didn't really want to do a podcast, so I came up with this YouTube show where I sit down with sort of big influencers and YouTubers and, well, on the surface try and find out how they do it, but really it's just a vehicle for me to sort of rip into them for 8 minutes. And we've just started the second series that's just come out this morning with Jackmate from the Happy Hour podcast. So that's on my YouTube now. But yeah, so no, I think it's actually a really exciting time because it's kind of all, it's like you do with, I imagine, your podcast. You just produce it all yourself. You're in total control, direct with the fans.
Yeah,
I love it. It's really exciting.
It does feel like that sort of, because you're right that we've both been lucky enough to do things on TV, but there is that thing of like, you have to not just wait till the right people are championing you, but it's the right time for you. And then even things of like, oh, that series has changed, they're putting out at a different time. All that stuff can affect how, like, kind of gross to say, but like useful that is to you and in you finding your people. And also because your audience, like mine, will skew slightly younger than people who watch television in a traditional way. So online sort of does feel like the place to find your audience. But there's also a part of me that, I don't know, do you feel like this? I feel like a bit of an imposter because I'm in this weird hinterland between, like, I don't want to be like, hey kids, like, hey TikTok, what's up?
I'm on TikTok and it's great because you get loads of views. And then you click on someone who's like, oh, I'm going to book tickets, and they're 14. And you go, well, you're not going to be able to get into the venue.
Your money's no good to me.
The venue's going to lose its license if this is the audience. You're right, but it's weird. Like, I remember when I was a kid watching Live at the Apollo, that was like the only stand-up on TV. And that was like in the sort of mid-noughties. It used to get 10 million viewers.
Yeah.
And then when I did Live at the Apollo, I think it got 500,000 or something. Because in that time, like Netflix, podcasts, streamers, everything's just fractured into all these little tiny pieces, which you could get depressed about, but I think it's quite exciting. It means you can make your own world, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels like that's what you're doing. Like with Finn versus the Internet, it feels like the most distilled, because I've seen you popping up as Finn Taylor the comic and what I know from you, from what you do live on shows, and you definitely still yourself. But Finn versus the Internet feels like a real realization of your sense of humour and what you want to do with comedy. Would you say
it's
that's
really not going to be? It's not going to be for everyone. But it's that thing of just like, we're lucky in this series we had a sponsor, shout out to Heroes and Heretics, lovely independent whiskey bottlers, but it means that we can pay ourselves to make it, and we get the oversight, we're the top, we're the exec producers on it. That comes with its own risks, obviously. Many episodes have had backlash that an actual producer would have seen off. But yeah, it means we can just go for it, and the people that like it really like it. It's just about growing it.
I think you've been really smart about who you've got on the show as well, because you're right, you get people who basically have a sort of influence on the internet and then ridicule them in a really clever way that's full of charm as well, that I guess taps into all the best stuff that we kind of grew up watching. I mean, the only thing I can think of at the moment as a reference is Ali G, but not like that. But, we grew up with a lot of that where sort of people with status were being sort of undermined by comedians, and that tradition feels like it's disappeared, but it feels like it's Finn versus the Internet has got that sort of heritage. Does that feel fair or unfair?
Totally, yeah. No, totally. I mean, the actual idea came from, I did a pilot with Sacha Baron Cohen's company that never got picked up. That was like me pretending to be we kind of built this fake LBC studio, and we'd get actual politicians in, and we had this software that made it look like people were commenting mad things, but that wasn't real people. That was just the writers who were actually pretending to be sound engineers in the room next door. So I kind of saw how, like, I worked with the team that made Borat, and I saw how they made all that. So I just thought, right, I'm just going to do that myself and get influencers in a room. And that was how the first series worked. We kind of tricked them into coming on. But now people have seen the show, they know what they're signing up for. So they're there's now a sort of sadomasochistic element where people are signing up because they want to get kind of roasted. But no, it's really fun. It's really fun to do.
I thought that everyone took it really well. The people you've picked are kind of great.
You haven't seen the episodes that we can't put out legally. So it would seem like they'd all taken it well, wouldn't it?
No. I can't wait to text you after this and find out who they are. Yeah. That's so good. And do you think that there's because what you do live is so, because you're live and in Finn versus the Internet, you're on this really interesting line where I think it's so kind of clear intellectually where you are, but you're always pushing right up to the line of, kind of pushing audiences, and in a room that has so much context, you know, like we know from your sort of like, you know, an aside or just how you smile, we understand what you're doing. Whereas on the internet, if it's clipped up and it's on TikTok, is the fear for me would be that it would be taken kind of out of the context of you as a performer. But are you sort of like shrug your shoulders and go, well, that's sort of the risk I'm taking?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really control how people take it, even at the level of if they like it or not. You know, if you used to start second guessing yourself in any area of creativity, you just got to do what you do and then let people talk about it. And yeah, I maybe I'm autistic. I just don't really care about it.
Right. Okay. Cool. Good. Strong diagnosis there. On this.
Yeah.
But then I don't understand, because there is this underlying thing with stand-ups where we're sort of I don't know, a lot of why we're on stage is drawn to people we want people to like us or listen to us, but if it feels like what you're saying is that part of you is missing.
Yes, yeah. I have wondered that. Every other comedian I know is very needy for the audience's love, and I go on there and deliberately try and push them away. Very odd. I don't really know why. I think it's more a sense that I'm not. I think people just are aware that I'm sort of, the whole thing is me trying to see what I can get away with, and it's kind of almost childlike.
Okay, yeah.
And it's kind of, it's just naughty.
Yeah.
And it's. I don't know. The people that come get it. I started the tour and meeting them afterwards. They're, they're not nut jobs. So I think I've managed to curate just a crowd that just don't, that just want to see someone doing that and they're not precious about anything. And I think, there are definitely comics that we know that lean into that and try and brand themselves as these kind of warriors. I don't, because I don't want people to come because they have an agenda. I just want them to come because they were up for laughing at anything.
Yeah.
And I've never tried to brand myself as anything other than funny, and that's why I want people to come.
Oh, fascinating! So interesting. And but like from your early work, because I think I was involved. I worked for a production company that produced, was it Real Talk maybe, at the Fringe in 2014, I think it was.
Oh, that was my first hour.
Yeah, your first hour, and there was just, for me, there was a real sea change in, I think it's 2016 when you did White In with Whiteface, and I was like,
yes.
Oh, this is fit. I remember seeing you, we were doing some gigs together before that, and I was like, oh, this stuff's amazing, and you were saying, oh, I feel like I found my thing. So like, what was the moment that clicked it into the Finn that we know now from the Finn before, which was definitely the adjectives I would have used to describe your stand-up then and not the same now?
Yeah, I don't know. I started stand-up so young. I was 18.
Wow.
And then I think by the time I did Whitey, I was 26. And I think, well, I read this thing the other day. Apparently men's brains don't finish growing until they're like 28.
Oh, for women it's 25.
So I think, I think it's probably, I don't know, 26. I got rid of my rail cards. Maybe I was ready to go. I've just grown up a bit. I don't know. But I think it was talking about bigger stuff. That was the big change, I guess.
Yeah.
Being slightly more engaged, less sort of navel gazing. Yeah, I think that was the big change.
Well, we're going to get stuck into having a good chat about the tour that you're on now, Daddy Self-Care, but I want to have a proper chat about it. So let's have a bit of music.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a the taste, all the highs and the lows. No, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Like nothing I felt, my mind overwhelms. I think that I'm broken, but I hope you can't help. I know I'm not perfect, but some days I feel far more worthless. Baby, you make me feel nervous. If I still have you, I have purpose. It's all worth it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
BBC Radio Wales. I'm Kiri Pritchard McLean, and I'm joined by the phenomenal stand-up comedian who is on tour at the moment, Finn Taylor. And your new tour, Finn, Daddy Self-Care, great name. Can I ask what are your go-to acts of self-care?
Well, I got really into decluttering, Marie Kondo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so what I do now when I get stressed is I go up into my bedroom and I open up the wardrobe and I just get all the clothes and all the shoes out and I lay them on the bed. And then I get in the wardrobe and I close the doors and I put a plastic bag on my head. Anyway, I just really go at it. And I'm a better husband, a better father, If you found that funny, Radio Wales, that's the kind of stuff in the show.
You're going to Cardiff on the 8th of March. You're going to the fantastic Glee Club. But this is a big old tour. This must be your biggest tour to date, right?
I think it is. It's the first time we've had to add extra shows.
Oh, wow.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Although that does offset the shows we had to cancel that were booked in very far to regional theatres. But yeah, it's like 25 dates. And I've got a Brit, Dan Cook, doing my support, such a funny comic. We have a really nice time. But I came to Glee Club on my last tour, loved it. It'd be great to have people there again. I love that venue.
Yeah, it's electric, and I think it's so well suited for what you do, which is like all up, proper, just stand up, just great, funny jokes. It's a perfect room to like thump it in. I think the Glee Club in Cardiff. I wanted to ask you about this tour. You mentioned earlier that you meet people after the show. One thing is that we discussed this over the curry when I was sort of hanging out with you, because I think from seeing your stand up and maybe just lazy assumptions I'd made, that I was like, I don't think I'm going to like Finn. And then the nicest thing about the tour was like, oh, he's a really lovely man. He's just a really lovely boy. And then I wondered if people who see what you do on stage are then surprised at how absolutely lovely you are, or do you still feel on a bit when you meet them?
No, I've got much better. I've got much. Especially my life now is so mundane. I have an 18-month-old. I have a dog. A mortgage. It's very vanilla, and the act is not that. So it's a real like separation, which I think is healthy.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like it's pretend. It's just me pushing up all the kind of most sort of worst bits of me for people's entertainment. So off stage, I used to be kind of like, I don't want to meet people, and because I don't want to kind of ruin the kind of spell. But then, especially as I start putting my own stuff out, people are just, it's so nice meeting them and then asking how they found me, and then them talking about a clip or an episode or a previous show, and seeing like how much they got from it. And I really like meeting people after now.
That's so interesting. And I think one of the great things when you go out on tour, that's the interesting thing, because I meet people afterwards, is finding out how they found you, but also like what they're like. What is the average? Are you surprised at the demographic of people who come to see you?
Do you know what? I had a mate in the other night in my London show, and he said that was the most diverse crowd in terms of like race and age I've seen at a stand-up gig. It is, I guess, because I've done bits of TV and done this sort of, like you were saying, you do sort of straddle this online world. I get people from everywhere. So I get people from TikTok and people from Have I Got News For You. And It means that it's so much more fun when every type of person's in a room, because it means that when you roast them, like everyone's there. No one's being roasted in absence, which is when people get all like, oh, they're not, but when every type of person is there, it's like we're all just laughing at each other, and it's kind of beautiful. I think, whenever you do a joke about race and the audience is completely white, they all like, but when it's a diverse crowd, we can all laugh at each other. And so no, long may that continue. I love a diverse crowd.
Because also I would say that one of the things, to your credit, you are equal opportunities in going out of your way to sort of make fun of everyone. Mm-hmm. That's fair, right?
Yeah. I don't know if equal opportunities is the right saying or not, but yes.
No one's safe. Does that feel?
No one's safe. But I think I come out the worst at the end of it, because a lot of this show is about becoming a dad and just God, I didn't think I'd be so angry all the time. But it's about being a dad and the stresses of that, and then also I kind of delving into our current obsession with mental health and just sort of poking around at it. Whenever anything seems too dominant, I kind of get an itch that I want to scratch and just sort of stress test it almost. So that's what this tour's about. That's
so interesting, because yes, again, that's like the current dominant thought is, like we all need to. Yes, that like mental health and obviously I kind of think most people take that for granted, right? Is that we need to be more open about it and talk about it. So in those like received wisdoms and the sort of stuff that comes with it, that's where you're finding the humour. So do you already have a sense of what your next tour is going to be about, just by like, are you just sat there watching, looking for the next big sort of topic in popular discourse?
No, I'll know it when it happens. And also I can't write a show once, like I've only just got this hour together. I can't think about the next one. I just wanted to do this one for as long as possible now. I've only just the last 2 nights I've just started, like I'm like, right, it's finished, it's completely working, it's on fire, let's just do it now. Do you get that? I'm in the real sweet spot. I don't want to think about the next one.
Oh, see, I have like...
You've written your shows like 3 in advance though, haven't you? I remember you saying once that you've like gone, oh yeah, this is going to be about that and then that. And I'm like, it's all in one.
I've definitely I started talking about my next show. I finished my tour in November and I started talking about my next show 2 days ago, and I was like, oh no, that should be for the one after that. So like at the moment I've got two shows ahead, but I think I don't know what that is. It definitely doesn't mean that there's any higher quality
I
come
up with a bit and then I go, how am I going to fit that in? And then the real skill is retrofitting and blagging it into. That's that's why a lot of people can't try and work out what I think. But it's like, I'm not trying to tell you what I think. I'm trying to just fit these mad, disparate jokes into one overarching narrative.
So were you trying to tour this internationally as well? Because I know you've been out and you've done Australia and things like that in the past. And I wondered how you're, because I think lots of it is rooted in sort of what, like you say, the popular discourse at the moment around the UK, but I guess the internet has made things more global. I wondered how your stuff flies in different countries.
Well, I started the tour in Rotterdam in Holland last weekend before last. The Dutch are great. They're so frank that they enjoy my quite blunt humour. I have been to Australia a lot, but the old child is my wife works, so we'd have to. I don't really know how we'd do that, but I would love to go back. I love going out to Melbourne and Sydney. If there was demand, I'd love to do an Irish date. I think we're just going to Northern Ireland on this tour, but I do like going to Europe. I have a theory that the further from like west to east you go, the harder the audiences get. In that, like America, they're just laughing all the time. I mean, they treat every gig as if it's their last because they could get shot, I guess, the next day. And then Irish, they're just drunk, so it's always fun. Britain's great. And then Holland's slightly kind of harder. Scandinavia, they're a bit stern. And then I did a gig in Finland once, which was just pointless. I mean, they're so sad all the time. They're like, oh, we only get 2 hours of daylight. And it's like, well, move. It's clearly not an inhabitable landmass. Why are you still there?
You'd be a great travel agent.
Lithuania once, I did. Yeah, I would. Don't go there, mate. It's rubbish.
Well, I think this show is going to be so brilliant. I'm trying to find one that's closer to me because I'm in North Wales over the border. Oh, there is one. If you're in North Wales, like me, you can see Finn at Hot Water in Liverpool on the 18th of March or in Manchester Frog and Bucket on the 9th.
Sorry, that's now been changed to the 2nd of June, and actually that's nearly sold out. So we might add another show in Liverpool.
Great, amazing.
Sorry, I haven't updated my dates, but Cardiff Glee on the 8th, and then Bristol, I think later that weekend.
Yeah, 11th of March, and then 2nd of June then for Liverpool, and 19th of March for Manchester. Finn,
that's right.
I mean, you're absolutely smashing it. It's so lovely to see. And good luck with it, and have a blast in Cardiff, and I'll hopefully see you soon, my love.
Thanks so much. Great to talk to you, Kiri. Take it easy.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, the fantastic Finn Taylor. He is a brilliant stand-up. You have to see him live. He's absolutely electric. Really, really fun shows. Really, and just the jokes. You can't deny how many jokes he squeezes in. We're going to have a track from the Welsh A-list now. This is Macy and Swear Down.
Izzle, kizzle, for shizzle, my nizzle, what you sizzle, for shizzle, bizzle. Me and my partner in my Impala, popping on collars, tossing up dollars, a trunk on the side of us, what that wanna follow. Bet $100 that they all wanna swallow. Doggy dog, father, I do it to you real hard, then it gets harder. It's not a bang on mine, I bang on mine. I smoke a and bounce at the same time. It's off the limbo with Timbo, you mother bimbo. So quit knocking at my window, you nympho maniac. Bring it back, now shake it up. Put it on the table, now break it up. Give it to me, and put a ladder on the end of it. It really don't matter what you spent on it, as long as you getting what you paid for. That's what it made for. Is that what you stayed for? Ooh, that digger, let the cat and laugh. Snoop Dogg, smoke till your eyes get cataract. Snoop Dogg, who got a girl ringing on her back? Snoop Dogg, who got it making that paper stack? Snoop Dogg, you play me and I play you. You pay me and I pay you. Hold on, bro, you got the game all wrong. This ain't your thing, this my song. Move on, we in the club at the Shark Bar. Valet my keys and park my car. No snapshots cause I might get popped as I slide by security giving the props. First thing I do when I get it, let me take you back to when I first slid it. Grab my jet in, get my pit in, put my bid in. No bull, we'll be sitting in the corner with smoke coming from up under us like we sitting in the sauna. Burning up the charge, break up hard. Little mama, don't you start. Hold that dipping in the Cadillac. Snoop Dogg, smoke till your eyes get cataract. Snoop Dogg, who got a girl ringing on her back? Snoop Dogg, who got it making that paper stack? tie. The ice on my watch slapped me across the face around 2 o'clock. But the party don't stop till we blow up. Now every little wanna show up. Maneuvering to this, grooving to this, dipping to this, flipping to this, tripping to this. Ain't no skipping to this, trust this. Bust this, it's too hot to touch this. He say, she say, I say, no way. Don't need foreplay, okay, obey everything that I say. And every day will be like a holiday. I put you in the front seat of my car and roll you around town like a superstar. Recline your seat and turn up the beat. Number one with a bullet rolling down the mother back street. Who that dipping in a Cadillac? Snoop Dogg. Smoke till your eyes get cataract. Snoop Dogg. Who got a girl ringing on her back? Snoop Dogg. Who that making that paper stack? Snoop Dogg. Who that dipping in a Cadillac? Snoop Dogg. Smoke till your eyes get cataract. Snoop Dogg. Who got a girl ringing on her back? Snoop Dogg. Who that making that paper stack? Snoop Dogg.
Macy and Sweda. Now, Macy is a pop singer, songwriter from Abertillery, and this was co-written with producer and MD Ollie Marland, who's worked with the likes of Cher, Tina Turner and Pink, and of course previous Welsh A-lister Owain Felstead as well. Now, Macy says, I wanted to release a track that was funky and a lot of fun. Writing with Ollie for the first time was an amazing experience. He's super creative, full of positive energy, and he really brought the best out of me on this track. It was also good to be working again with Welsh singer-songwriter and dear friend Owain Felstead. Now, her debut Words for Love EP was released last year, and she followed up with a live solo performance of her previous single I'm Good at the BAFTA Cymru Awards in October 2022. I saw her there. She's absolutely amazing. She's so good, and obviously we're big fans of her on this on the Radio Wales. Adam Walton loves her, Beth Ann Elvin as well. So keep an eye out, because I think we're going to hear loads and loads and loads from Macy over the next few years. We've got more great music coming up for you and more of your acts of self-care as well. There's some absolutely fantastic ones in here. I'll be reading those out in just a second. We're going to have some In Excess after this.
You paid $85 for those sunglasses? Throw them away. They could actually be damaging your eyes. Introducing Amber Vision, the most amazing breakthrough in vision technology since glasses were invented. These super glasses actually improve vision. Indoors, outdoors, day or night, we guarantee it.
Everything is so much crisper and clearer. I just can't believe it.
The secret? Amber Vision blocks the blurring blue rays, the same rays that cause haze and fog. Only rays that focus clearly can penetrate.
This is different. I like these.
Amber Vision blocks harmful ultraviolet rays, the primary cause of eye disease, including cataracts and retinitis. Look, ordinary sunglasses cause pupils to open wider, allowing even higher levels of ultraviolet light into your eyes. But Amber Vision blocks 100% of the ultraviolet light with UV 400, the best protection for your eyes. The lenses are constructed of durable CR39. The high-fashion frames adjust for a perfect fit. Your eyes need protection all year round. Wear them at the beach or for boating, golfing, skiing. Keep an extra pair in your car. This high-tech catalog is offering similar glasses for $59.95. But now you can order Amber Vision for just $10 on this special offer.
I can't believe my own eyes. They're amazing.
Seeing is believing. We urge you to try Amber Vision for 30 days. If you don't agree these are the best glasses you've ever owned, just return them for a full money-back refund, no questions asked. So throw away those expensive goggles. It's not worth damaging your eyes. Invest in Amber Vision and see for yourself.
Is this moment 21st century's yesterday. You can care all you want. Everybody does, yeah, that's okay. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind. I need you tonight, 'cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl, that makes me sweat. I'm lonely. Can't take it all. Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind. Oh. I need you tonight, 'cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl, that makes me sweat. So I'm lonely. What do you think? Can't take it all. What you gonna do? Gonna live my life. I'm lonely. What do you think? Can't take it all. What you gonna do? Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. So slide over here and give me a moment. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind.
In excess there. Need you tonight. Let's squeeze in one more track before we go to the news. This is Georgie Fame and Sunny.
Sexy lady, hey, sexy lady, I wanna be your lover, I wanna be your lover. I don't just wanna kiss you, no I don't just wanna kiss you, babe. I wanna love you all over. Hey, pretty sexy smile on your face, letting me know this is the time, this is the place, let's get it on, me and you, girl, what you wanna do? Oh, sexy lady, hey, sexy lady, I wanna be your lover, girl, I wanna be your lover. I don't just wanna kiss you, no, I don't just wanna kiss you, babe. Girl, I wanna love you all over. Ooh, girl, I can see by the look in your eye, the things that I'm thinking you wanna try. Why can't we grab a bottle of wine? Let's get together, baby, and spend some time. Sexy lady, ooh, sexy lady, I wanna be your lover. Girl, I wanna be your lover. I don't just wanna kiss you, no, I don't wanna kiss you, baby. I wanna love you all over. Girl, I wanna love you all over. See, I never had a feeling, such a feeling like this, while we're drinking our wine. Girl, I think that it's time to let me love you over and over and over. Sexy lady, I wanna be your lover. Girl, I wanna be your lover. just wanna kiss you. No, I don't just wanna kiss you, babe. I wanna love you all over. Girl, I wanna love you all over. Hey, sexy lady. Ooh, baby, I wanna be your lover. I don't just wanna kiss you. No, no. Girl, I wanna love you all over. Over and over and over. I wanna be your lover. Can I take you home tonight? Don't just wanna kiss you. I wanna lay you down. Girl, I wanna love you all over. Let me make love to you, baby. Sexy lady. Hey, sexy lady. I wanna be your lover. Girl, I wanna be the one. I don't just wanna kiss you. The one you come home to. Girl, I wanna love you all over. Let me love you, baby. Sexy lady. Ooh, you're such a sexy thing. I wanna be your lover. The way you wear your hair.
What an absolutely amazing song. This is Kiri Pritchard McLean on BBC Radio Wales. I've got a fantastic second half of the show coming up for you. I've got so many of your self-care tips here. They're absolutely brilliant. If you've got a bit of self-care you'd like to recommend, you can call us on 03700 100 110 or text us on 8 10 12 or tweet at BBC Radio Wales. I'll be reading them out after the news, but we've got that with Peter Gillibrand now.
Sunshine, a fair few clouds lingering though, and just a light breeze. Temperatures up to 12 degrees. Tonight it's going to stay dry with some cloud building up in the early hours. There could be some mist and fog though, with temperatures down to freezing, and into tomorrow it'll be another dry day with some bright spells. Martin Rothwell's here with the
Thank you. And in Pembroke Dock, the A477 London Road is queuing westbound before the Waterloo roundabout. The A5 in Wrexham partially blocked because of an accident by Gate Road. That's the B5434 in Cardiff. I'm seeing heavy traffic on the A469 Whitchurch Road. Also, and City Road between the A48 Western Avenue and City Road. And in Penarth, Cogan Hill and Windsor Road are queuing northbound. And surrounding A4055, the Barons Court traffic lights. On public transport, Transport for Wales are reporting that buses run instead of trains between Cardiff Central and Barry Island, and also between Cardiff Central and Bridgend. That's all because of planned works. For now, that's the latest from BBC Radio Wales Travel.
From Bangor, Sundays with Kiri Pritchard McLean
on BBC Radio Wales.
Yes, I'm going to squeeze as much as I can in till I have to leave at 3 o'clock. So we're going to be chatting about your self-care tips. There's so many absolutely brilliant ones. And I'll be speaking to the fantastic stand-up comedian Celia AB. We've got a brilliant track from the Welsh A-list and just loads of great music, to be honest. Let's start this with...
And then the band stole the tempo and the music took me down.
Thursday, and in the first bit of the show, I was chatting to the fantastic Finn Taylor, a brilliant stand-up comedian who is coming to Cardiff on his tour. If you missed that, you can listen to this show on BBC Sounds, of course. Now, Finn's show is called Daddy Self-Care. So I've been asking you guys to get in contact with your acts of self-care, and I'm be honest with you, I didn't realise we were going to go this niche. I thought it would be things like I always go for a big walk, but it turns out you guys are into some very interesting things on certain corners of the internet. Trish got in contact to say she likes Japanese supermarket shopping videos. She says it's very relaxing, and I have no idea why. Trish, neither do I, but I immediately have written it on my hand so I can look at them later, because I have a feeling this is going to speak to something in me as well. Auntie Faye says, I'm addicted to second-hand store shopping videos. So much gorgeousness, so far away. Just as well I don't have the budget to visit, otherwise I'd be filling my house. I'm very interested to know where, because I love a Chazza shop. I absolutely love anything second-hand. I imagine this is in America, where they've got huge, vast thrift shops. But again, this is going to be something I'm Googling later. I'm worried I've just given myself a load of rabbit holes to go down on the internet instead of actually, it's going to be the opposite of self-care. It's going to be me staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning watching people go around a Japanese supermarket. If you've got any acts of self-care, I'd love to hear from you. You can call us on 03700 100 110. You can text 81012, pop your name at the end and where you're texting from. And you can tweet us at BBC Radio Wales. All that shopping talk. We've got the perfect song. It's Madonna and Wales. I'm Kiri Pritchard McLean, and I'm now joined by a multi-award winning stand-up comedian that you will have heard on things like the News Quiz. It's the fantastic Celia A.B. How you doing, love?
Hi, Kiri. I'm good. How are you?
Do you know what? It's going to be so lovely to speak to you because we've gigged together, we've done a few things together, but then obviously when people come on my show, I always like sniff around corners of the internet to find out bits about them. And so I feel like I'm finding out loads more about you than I actually realised, which is testament to how bad I am in conversations. I've never really bothered to ask you about yourself before. I was like, oh yes, French, very funny. That's what I had that's what you were in my file of facts in my brain. But I didn't realise that basically almost immediately since you've started doing comedy, you have just been very casually winning awards. Does it feel like that from your side as well?
Well, first of all, this is very lovely to hear, so I can recommend to anyone that wants to have a little boost on a Sunday to have Kiri Pritchard McLean read out your career achievements. It feels it's weird, isn't it? Because with stand-up, so much of it is like sort of working hard to get somewhere, and it's so much of it is miserable because you travel all over the place to try jokes and get people to laugh at your jokes. So when you kind of if you focus on the craft, I guess you kind of forget that you can get awards and stuff like that. And I think there's always been a surprise whenever anyone thinks that I'm good or cares about it. It's always a bit of a surprise, and it feels lovely.
Oh, it's such a great thing as well. So you're from Paris originally and then moved over to Birmingham, which is when you started gigging. And it's so interesting that you started gigging in Birmingham because I think when people think of stand-up comedy, they think of London and then perhaps Manchester next if you're going to go outside of London. Whereas Birmingham, like people who are real sort of like cold, hard comedy nerds, like Birmingham's great because it's very close to get on all the motorways and it's very easy and accessible to gig places. But it's a sort of unsung hero of comedy. Do you think that starting off on that circuit, which has so many gigs and is, you can get to everywhere, do you think that formed your, was it formative in your comedy journey?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the luckiest things I've ever done, I think, is starting in Birmingham. And I know that, Manchester's got an amazing circuit, so does London, but starting in Birmingham has kind of, well, first of all, like you said, because it's bang on in the middle of the country, you have to travel quite a lot, and you get to travel quite a lot. So you get to go to any city to try jokes. And I think that starting in a circuit that is, it's not as, I would say, comedy literate as London could be. It kind of forced me to kind of get to a point where someone who has never seen or heard comedy needs to think I'm funny on the same level as someone who is a fan of comedy. And I think it does make you a better actor in the long run.